Hello and welcome. I'm Raghav. In today's session, we will learn how can we do Android mobile testing step by step in Testim. This is going to be very easy and very interesting. In the last session, we have already seen how do we do the basic setup for mobile testing on Testim. How do we download, start and set up the Tricentis mobile agent for our project. So I hope you have seen the last session and you have already started the mobile agent on your project. So in this session we will see how do we prepare the application to be tested. So when we do Android testing, we can use a APK file and we can also use a application which is already present on our local devices. We will see all these options. We will see how do we get a sample APK file. We will upload the APK file in our project. We will then see a demo, how can we record and run Android mobile test, and then we will also see how we can record using an app which is already present on the mobile device. So this is what we will see. Let us start with how do we prepare the application to be tested. Now when we are doing mobile testing, we have to select an application, we have to use an application which we have to do testing on. And in Testim there are three ways by which we can make the application available for testing. The first way is we can use the application on our local devices. So here if I go to my Testim and I have already switched to the Android project, so make sure that you have switched to your Android project, and also make sure that you have the mobile agent up and running. So this we have already seen in the last session, mobile agent. Now when I start a test, when I go and click on recording, start recording, here you can see the first option we get is to select a device. Now here we have option to select from the virtual mobile grid, and then in case we have any of our local devices, we can use that. So if I go to local device, here it will show you your local devices. Now in my case, I have connected a physical local device with the help of a USB cable to my computer, and that is the reason it is showing me this here. In case it is not showing anything for you, that means you do not have any local device connected, so that's fine. And in case I use a local device, if I select this and I say next, I get an option to select an app from the device, and this option only comes for local devices, whether it is a virtual or a real device. So it will display all the apps present on that mobile device, the local mobile device, and you can select from there. So this is one option, that we can select the application to be tested from the local device, and then we can upload a APK file at the start of recording. So let's say we use the option, we use let's say local device or virtual device, and then say next. So here you can see we get an option to upload the application, and this we have to get through a APK file. Okay, so we have this option, and the other option is we can go to the mobile apps library and upload the APK file. Now this option, uploading while recording a test and using the mobile apps library, in both of these options we use the APK file. The difference here in this option is we can upload the file in advance before we start recording the test or before we start creating our steps, and make it available for testing. And if we are using this option, in this case the app is also available to other users, and it can be used as a common app for testing, and the users do not have to already they do not have to have the application already set up or installed on their device. They can use directly from this mobile apps library, and I will show you this in a moment. Just to show you very quickly, here you can see the mobile apps section where you can upload your APK files. Okay, so this is how you can prepare your application, this is how you can get your application ready for testing. Now because we are talking about Android testing here, we need to have an APK file. Now APK file is a file which can be used for testing our application. It refers to Android package kit, and let me show you some images for this. If I go to Google and search for APK file, and let me show you some images. So you can see this is you can see it is like an application in a file format which contains all the details and everything about our application, and this can be used to test our application. So if I say Android package kit, and here you can see some of the images here which will show you what all the APK file contains. So basically our application present in a file format is called APK, and we can use it to use our application whether for testing or other purposes. So for Android applications we have APK file. In case we are using iOS, then we have a .app file or a .ipa file. We will talk about this when we learn about iOS testing. In this session we will focus on Android testing. So here, if you have your own APK file, if you are already doing mobile testing and you have the APK file for your application and you can use it for testing, you can go with it. Otherwise, if you want to just test some demo applications, you can refer these demo files. We have some APK files from APM. So if you just search for sample APK files for testing, you can get a lot of sample files. You can get it from APM and other places as well. So you can see this, we have got this is a sample APK we can get from here. Let me show you the APM one. So you can get from here. Okay, so you can go here and get these APK files, and let me show you this one. This is from APM. Sure, so you can go here and get these APK files from here. So you can go to these packages here and you will find the APKs here. Okay, and then you can go for, there is a APK file for test project available. You can get this one. So you can get this one from here. So you can just go here, go to this drop down and download as zip, and then you can unzip and get the APK files. I have some APK files already present, so if I show you, I actually have a lot of them. I have stored them here. So you can see all these APK files I have taken. You can use any of these or you can use your own APK files as well. Okay, so this is how you can get a APK file. And what is an APK file? We use it for Android application testing. And now once we have got the APK file, we will upload it to our project. So we will go to the mobile apps section. So here we are on the mobile apps section. So these are some earlier APK files I have added. Let me just delete them and I will add the new ones. Okay, so here you can click on new app and then upload the APK file. So make sure that these applications are not already used in any of the tests, and then you can delete it. If you want to delete, I will say add an app, and here I will have to upload a APK file. So I will upload this one, test project demo app, and this is done, and now it is available. And here you can also upload it to grid. You can delete, you can download it, you can copy the ID, it will show you the ID, and then you can rename the application as well. Okay, let me also click on new app, and let me say I will say this is coming from APM, API demos.apk. So whatever APK files you need, you can upload them here, and we also have option to upload them directly while recording, which I have shown you, and we will see that. But let us keep our application, the APK files ready for recording and testing. So this is how you can upload your APK files, and we have already seen the options. Once you have uploaded, we can upload to grid, we can copy the ID. So once we have done this, these APK files will be available for recording and testing. So now let us see a demo how to record and run Android mobile test. Okay, so here in the earlier session we have already seen we can create grids, we can make configurations. You can go to your profile and go to grids, and here you can see all the mobile grids and all the grids available. You can also add new grid like this. So all this we have seen in the earlier session. You can also once you have done this, you can go to the configuration list and you can add new configuration. You can add your mobile grids here, which will be available when you are recording a test or running a test. So all this we have seen. Now we will go and record a demo Android mobile test. So make sure that you are on your Android project. So here I am on my Android project, and also make sure that you have the mobile agent up and running. Okay, now we have already seen these two steps. Mobile agent is ready and running and ready for testing. Now we will click on record. So I will click on record here, and here we have the option to select a device. So we can select from the grid or local device. Let me go with the grid, and here you can see we can select the device and the operating system version from here. I will use this Pixel 7 OS 13 and say next, and here we have the option to select the application. So as we know, we can upload it directly here, or we can use it from the library, which we have already done in the earlier step. We have uploaded some APK files which are available here. So let me say I will use this test project demo and say done. So what this will do is it will make the application ready for testing, and you can see it shows us a mirror of our device, and it will also open the application that we are using for testing. So this can take some time to make the device ready for testing, and along with the application the first time it can take some time, and it is almost done. And you can see, yes, now we have it ready along with the application open. Okay, so we have this here. Okay, we have done step number 4 and 5, and now we can see what we see here. This is the AUT mirror viewer, which is displayed with the opened application. And when you are recording, you have to take action or record the steps only on this AUT mirroring viewer. If you take action directly on the device, let's say you are doing it on your local device, and if you are even in case of a local device, you will see this AUT mirror viewer, and in case you do any action physically on your local device, that will not get recorded. Only actions that we do here on this AUT mirror viewer of the device, the action will get recorded. Okay, so we have come up to step 5 here. Now we will record and run. So let's say here it is asking for a name. I will enter my name, and you can see whatever we do here will get recorded. Okay, I have entered here, and this has got recorded here. Then I will enter the password, which it says is 12345. I will say 12345 and enter it, and this is also recorded here. Then I will click on login, and I come to this page, and this is recorded here. And now let's say I can verify something here. Let's just say I want to verify this particular element or text. So I can now here come to my test and go to Testim predefined steps, and I want to validate element visible. So I can go to validations and say validate element visible, and it takes me here, and I can select the element. I can select this, and it records the step. I can also again say validate element text here. So I want to check this one. So this will now check the text is this one. Okay, and then I can press the back button. You can see here is the back button. I will click on this. again click on this. I can also press the home button, and you can see all these actions are recorded: back button, home button. And I can stop the recording and I can save my test. So I can name it as Android demo test 1. So these steps are recorded. This I can remove. I have 3 times pressing of the back button, so this one I can remove, it is not required. So this is done. Okay, so now to run this, I can directly just say run locally without debugging, with debugging. So it will run on the same device which is already present here, and you can see it is now starting. And once all the setup is done, it will start the run, and you can see it has started, and it opens the application, and you can see it has added this, and this is running this particular step. Now it will now click on login, and yes, this is also done, and now it is validating the text and presses the back button again, and home button, and done. And you can see everything is done and everything is passed. Okay, so all this is running fine. So we are able to record our test using a virtual device and the APK file. And we have already done step number 7, that is we have added the validation steps. We can also add a step to reset the app as step 2, and this will close the running app if the app is already running and we want to start by starting the app and clear all the cache and open the app again. We can use this step, that is reset app. And here you can just go here, and if you search for reset app, you can see it comes here, reset app. So we can do this. Also, if you go to the first step and go to the properties, here you can find the configurations. So you can see the name, description, and here is the configuration where you can see the device name, OS version, in case you want to run it on a specific device, and OS version you can set it up from here. Then here is the step timeout, which is 45 seconds. You can, if you want, you can change it, step delay, setup step timeout, and all these hooks are present here. So all this you can do here. Okay, so this is how you can do it. Now we have done this. How do we record and run Android mobile test using a virtual device and a APK file? Now let us see a demo. How can we record using an app on the mobile device itself? And for this we have to use a local device, real or virtual. So here let us create a new test. I am already on the Android project. The mobile agent is running. So here I will close this, and let me show you. I have already connected a real device. This is my real device. I have connected it to my system, to my computer, using a USB cable, and I'm able to show you this on the screen using a software called Visor. So that's how you are able to see this on the screen. Now this is what I'm going to use for the next demo. Okay, so here we will say we will start recording, and here we will select a local mobile device. So I will save this test. I will click on new test, and now I will click on record, and this time I will go to local devices. And if your device is connected, you will see the list of your devices here. In my case, I have this Android device connected. Now when you are using a physical real local device, whenever you connect your device to your computer, to your laptop, then you may be asked for a prompt whether you want to connect it on your mobile device, so you can allow it. Also make sure that when you are doing this, you should have USB debugging on. So for that, let me show you. If you go to the settings, of your mobile device, and you can go to, you have to go to, so if I go to this system management here, and I have this about phone here. So here you can see an Android version or there may be a build version available or a software version. In my case, I can see a software version. You have to tap on it 7 times, and then it will, once you have tapped it 7 times, it will show a message, now you have become a developer. In my case, it is saying no need, you are already a developer. And after that, you can go to, when you go back to your settings, you will see a option called developer option. And when you go here to developer option, you will have a option here called USB debugging, and you have to make it on. And after you make it on, you will be able to connect to your device from your system. Now in different devices or operating system, this setting of making USB debugging on can have different navigation or menus, so you can check for your device how you can make the USB debugging on, and then you connect your device to your computer, to your laptop or desktop, and then you can allow connection in case you get a message or prompt, and then you should be able to use your device connected to your system. This I'm showing you for a real physical Android device, and this is how I have connected. So now I will select local device here, and I will select my device and say next. And this time, because we have to see a demo of how can we use app from device, I will select from device. It will scan and show a list of all the apps available on this device. So let me say I will use this add number, select and say done, and you will see it will show the AUT mirroring viewer. And as I told you earlier, all the actions that we do here will get recorded. If you do action directly here on the device, that will not get recorded. So you can see this is the mirror of my real device, and this is coming through Testim, the AUT mirror viewer, and whatever I do here will get recorded. So now let's say I have to add some number. Let's say I say 5 here and hit enter. You can see it is recorded. Then here let us say I say 4 and it gets recorded here, and I click on add, and here you can see it says the answer is 9. And if I have to verify this, I can come here to my test and go to testing predefined steps, and here I can say validate element visible. If you don't find this here, you can always go to the validations section here, and it will ask me to show me the element which I have to test. I will say this one, and it has come here. I can also say validate element text, and I will again select this, and it has added the step. And then I can press the back button, home button, and all this gets recorded. I will stop recording, and now I can save my test. I will say Android test demo 2, and to check I will run it, and you can see it is making the application ready, and now it has started. So it enters 5, it enters 4, clicks on add, and now it is checking the answer, and everything is fine. So you can see all this is fine. Okay, now let's say I go to this particular step. Let me also first go to the setup step, go to the properties, make sure that I change this step timeout to a lower number. I'm doing this just for this demo, so that in case there is any failure, it does not wait for 45 seconds. We get some result within 10 seconds. So I'm saving this, and what I'm going to do here is I am going to change this. This is checking for the text expected value as 9. So let's say if I go here and if I change 4 to 5 here, so this step we are adding 5, and this step also we are adding 5, or let me say I will add 6 here. So now this time the answer will be 11. So this, if I check this answer 9, this should fail. Okay, so I am saving this, and I will run again. and check what happens. So it will now start the test, and it is setting up the test, and now it has started the application. It is running this step, adds 5, and then it adds 6 here, clicks on add, and now it will check. This is the text validation, and it should fail now, and you can see it has failed. Okay, so it says expected answer 9, actual was 11, and if I see the error here, you can also see the screenshots. So this is what was expected, and this is what it got. Okay, and in case I go here to the properties of this expected step and make it 11 here, so I have changed it here, and I save it, and I will run again, and it has started. Adds 5, 6, and now you can see everything is fine. Okay, so this is running fine, and we have already seen I can go here and add a step for reset application, so it will also reset the application. So I will now run it again and check. So you can see now it will reset the application and then run the test again. Okay, so this is running fine, and everything is passed. Okay, so we have done all these steps. We have recorded, we have seen this AUT mirror viewer, and I have already shown you that the steps, only the steps that you take on the AUT mirror viewer will get recorded. AUT means application under test. Okay, and we have done this. We have added the validation steps, we have also added the reset app step. Okay, so this is how we can do Android mobile testing in Testim. I hope this was very useful. If you have any questions, you can let me know, and I will see you in the next session. Thank you for watching, and never stop learning.